Alright, what is up guys? MCO40 here. We're going to try to keep these discussion videos coming at least 4 out of the 7 days of the week, because you guys have come to really like these. So, you guys can at least thumbs up for that, I hope. So, it seems to be the number one thing on this channel, and if we're going to keep them up, it'll be 1 or 2 days where we'll be a bit off. I apologize for that, but I need a breather every once in a while. Can't talk for long periods of time. So, today, I want to talk about how I'm a legendary Pokemon and how I exert pressure. Fuck yeah. Like Mewtwo or some shit. No, I'm pretty much a Regigigas with pressure, but, you know, that's impossible because Regigigas has slow start. So, what do I mean when I say pressure? Now, this is a video discussing the players at locals and the quote-unquote factor of pressure. And by pressure, I mean the tendencies to hand shuffle, the tendencies to get nervous against players. And this is something, I don't see this from a lot of my local players, but I see this from probably 6 or 7 of them. And I don't know if they just, I don't see them do it against anyone other than me. And I don't know if it's because they have this thrill or drive to want to beat me because they think I'm some god deity or some shit. I mean, I'm a legendary Pokemon, but come on, guys. But they get very nervous, very sporadic when they're playing against me. They hand shuffle in very nervous habits. And I actually want to talk about how to, quote-unquote, get over, you know, overcome the pressure. My Pokemon special ability. So, typically the first thing that you should do is your opponent is no better than you. Whether or not he's Patrick Hoban, Billy Brake, you know, Michael State, people like that. You know, first off, your opponent is a human being on the opposite side of that table. He eats, shits, takes a piss, does pretty much everything that you do on a daily basis, and probably sleeps. Though one of those people is probably sleep deprived, so might not sleep as much, but we all have the same human characteristics amongst ourselves as human beings. So, why are you being so nervous against those people? You know, you've always heard the concept, you know, don't meet your heroes, you know, let the idea of them in your head, you know, be just that, because it can get you through the day. And I think a lot of people try to view it as, we're going to take the challenge and fail. And I don't necessarily agree with that statement. You know, if you have a benchmarker and it's a goal, I'm not saying that any of these people have this undesirable goal to want to be good at Yu-Gi-Oh! But typically, you'll have that one benchmarker. It's like, well, that guy's fucking won locals for weeks in a row. I want to beat him. And then, of course, you put the delusion in your head. You know, you're going to be like, well, you know, he's so good. He's won for so many times. And then you start to, it starts to snowball. And you start to begin to get nervous. Or, you know, same thing with if you're sitting across the table from Billy Brake. Like, man, this guy's done so fucking much in this game. And, you know, you eventually, before you realize it, you're nervous. And it's because you're being hit by the pressure. And the pressure isn't necessarily even caused by Billy, because I'm pretty sure Billy's just sitting across from the table with, like, a giant question mark on his head like anime. Just confused as to why you're shaking and why you're hand shuffling sporadically and things like that. You know, I've been here. I've done this. I mean, sometimes when you're sitting there, you're being antsy playing against a good player. For me, it's kind of like the thrill of the hunt, but I've kind of learned to adapt to these things. Now, I'm not going to say that there's a surefire 100% way to do it, but, you know, if you guys look back at 5Ds when Clear Mind was playing, when Shooting Star Dragon played, like, honestly, just try to keep a clear mind. You know, like, I get it might be your goal to want to make that person eat their own shit so that you can rub it in their face and tell all of your friends that, oh my god, I fucking slayed the dragon. I can respect that. However, you're getting hit upside the head by the pressure. You know, you're losing double the PP for every move that you're playing. You know, you're stressing yourself out over nothing, and your opponent across the table from you is calm and collected. He is not being hit by the pressure because he's oblivious to his own power. And at the end of the day, your opponent is probably playing very flawlessly while you're working under double the pressure. And that really sucks because not only do you have to overcome your quote-unquote rival or, the benchmark that you want to conquer, you have to do it under double. So, first off, as I said, calm down. Stop that shit. Everyone has nervous habits. Everyone shakes at some point playing this game. They probably won't admit it, because they'll be like, oh my god, I was so stupid. Everyone has had these things. As I said, your opponent is no better than you. Please put that delusion of grandeur away. And at the end of the day, if you can somehow get to the point to where you can calm yourself down, try to plan your moves in advance. Now, this is one of the things I've said before. If you're caught up in the moment, you're not going to be able to play appropriately in this game. And messing up a combo piece will put you even further on tilt. If you're trying to resolve the Massive Zodiac combo on turn 1 and you end up misplaying, then you're already shaking, you're already nervous, and one misplay takes you from tilt to like that baseline where you just flatline and you are dead. Like that's as much it comes to it. And I don't know if this video is going to be super informative to those people because this is aimed towards more of the casual into the mid-competitive class, those that have that one win that they want to achieve over the person. I can't really explain how to do it, per se. But the thing is, the first step is identifying the problem. What the fuck is going on here? Like, are you so caught up in the moment that your entire life goal at this point is to just beat this person? And it's become interesting at my locals at some points because I see a couple of these players doing this, as I said earlier in this video. And I wish they wouldn't do it, but you're not going to tell your opponent. The one thing you don't want to tell your opponent across the table as they're shaking, you don't want to be like, yo, dude, calm the fuck down. Like, they're going to think they're trying to put you on tilt, and then inadvertently they're going to put themselves on tilt even more. Like, mind games are a whole nother fucking video that I'm not going to touch on in this video because I don't need people being like, Robbie, you suggested this and I ended up playing myself. Yeah, you probably did. And, look at me, I played myself. I'm a giant potato head now. So, what else can you do? I don't know. Honestly. If you have this undesired goal in your head to be the best like no one ever was and finally take down that legendary Pokemon and get that win for yourself and for your squad, that is fine. But you really, like, even if you take down that goal, I still feel like at the end of the day, you're still going to shake. You're still going to be nervous when you're playing against those people again, or you're going to become very cocky, unfortunately, the next time you sit down from them and be like, well, I beat you once, I can do it again. And we're going to loop around and have the same problem again. It kind of creates an endless scenario, which kind of sucks for people because I've seen a lot of good players now that were stuck in that loop years ago that found ways to break out of it. And I don't know what they did. And this is also only a discussion about locals here. Regionals are a lot less frequent. One regional per location. You might get 3 regionals in Ohio over a year. So, keep that in mind, guys. Your local benchmarker is just your local benchmarker. If it is your goal to beat a person at locals, please try to find a way to stay calm and collected. Try to beat them. I mean, there will be the occasional you out top deck them and you get rewarded for it. That is acceptable. That's all part of the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just try to keep calm enough through the moves to make sure that you don't misplay your giant combos and things like that. And I think you'll be someone that you'll be proud of in a few years if this is truly how you want to go about things. So guys, Obviously, these are my experiences and my experiences only in this video. Please keep that in mind. This is something that I've kind of noticed from a lot of people over time throughout the course of years of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really don't touch on this topic very much because I kind of forget about it. It kind of comes in and goes in strides. Get it, Vanguard strides. But yeah, guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me if you guys have ever noticed anything like this. If you guys have anything to add below, I didn't give a lot of good insight on how to cure this down below. Please, would be a great help to those down below that get very nervous while playing against certain people. And I would like to continue some discussions like this. If you guys have any suggestions for discussions too, I know someone made one about side decking, but I need to actually figure out what the fuck I'm doing first before then, because I just kind of side out Rhoda and Thrasher every game and board in some shit. So, can't really explain why I do that, just those cards are terrible. And ABCs are still a deck for like another week. Shh, don't tell Konami to hit it.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up this video to show your support. And please check out VanCole40 for Cardfight Vanguard, MCole Games for miscellaneous trading card games, and No Limit Gaming for a brand new series of Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Thanks for watching.